Good afternoon, my friend.
Good afternoon. Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
I just moved from California about 8 months ago, so it's really good to see you in the flesh again. Nice to sit with you a little bit.
Are you in this area?
D.C. area. I drove up from Silver Spring.
Yeah.
While you were speaking today, what I was thinking of, and a little bit last night, was this duality I feel about being nothing and being something. Mm-hmm. I started off in my life as an actor and a goofball and, singing and everything, and then started having more spiritual experiences. Now I feel really passionate about being nothing, and yet I have all these student loans. Yeah,
no cave for you.
No. I've tried running to the caves. I've been to India. I lived in an ashram, a temple, a Catholic community house.
You've done that?
I've done that.
Yeah.
It's been about 19 years, and I just feel... In fact, I moved to D.C. because I felt compelled a bit by the election, I think, what was going on. Here I was in California and felt it was just about me and my process, and I want to wake up. And I want to give more now. I want to serve. Yeah. And yet I do see the resistance to that, too. There's just this in-between where, in our culture, you've got to be something. You have to sell yourself. I don't want to play that game. I want to be authentic.
Then do that. Then be yourself. Be what you really are. You see, of course, there's the nothing, nobody, and there's the somebodiness, right? There's the nothingness, the pure being, and then there's a human being. When we talk about them like that, we talk about them as if they're different. The human being is just a different expression. It's an expression of pure being, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so we all have that human aspect, of course. That's obvious. Right? And of course the world sort of, because so much of it's in a dream state, it wants you to act. It wants you to act like something and somebody that you're not. That's what it's kind of compelling you to do that, right? And yet, you start to realize that you don't actually need to do that. You don't need to act and be something and somebody you're not. You can just be what you are, come from what's really true for you. And what I have found is quite unlike the mind would say, that won't work, people won't like it, they won't appreciate it. I found to be just the opposite. Sometimes it's not appreciated, but people in general, we are drawn, we resonate with authenticity, do we not? Even when we're in sort of a dream state of egos, even egos, they resonate because they are pure being ultimately. They resonate with authenticity, with realness. Do you know what I mean? And so the idea that that's not accepted or wanted is really, I found that to not be totally false. I mean, I found it to be quite false, but it's a willingness to sort of break through the barrier of fear. To just be really what you are. Because that's the only way you can serve.
Yes, thank you. Fear is something that has been an issue of mine. I feel like I'm always trying to dodge the fear, or play with the fear, or get around the fear. Yeah. Embrace it. Embrace it. What were you going to say? Nothing.
Because, of course, as long as we're trying to get around it in a day and modify it, do you know what I mean? Like doing a little dance around it and stuff. It's always there, But when you start to, in other words, you're willing to be afraid.
I just saw an image of being crucified by fear. I mean, sort of allowing yourself to have at me.
Yes.
I don't know why I thought that.
There's the teaching.
Yeah.
You see, that's the teaching in that wonderful story. It is a sort of a crucifixion. It's a total death of the old and a birth of the new, of the authentic. But that's easy to say, isn't it? It's really easy to say.
Easier to say.
Right, it's much easier to say, of course. But it's you just embracing it. Because remember, it's only fear. It's only fear.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you know? And fear, even has something beautiful to show you. What is fear if you open to it?
Love.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see the self-protecting nature of fear that is loving, although misguided or...
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
trying to love and protect something.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because you see, love and fear aren't opposites. They're like heads and tails on a coin. And you don't find the love until you embrace the fear. And you embrace the fear and you're, oh my God, it's actually made out of love. And then you feel whatever there may be, old remnants of thoughts and ideas and lingering fears about being that, about being love. Right? Because we have within our consciousness, not only individually, but collectively, which everybody is in touch with both, in sort of the individual consciousness and collective consciousness. And within the collective consciousness, there is a big, big dose of that. If I am what I am, what I really am, if I really be what I am, that love, that freedom, I'll end up there.
Yeah.
The society will crucify me. Right?
Yeah.
That's what's in. Individually, everyone has their own reasons, and collectively there's sort of like, this is not okay. That's within the consciousness. And that sort of archetypal energy is what you're moving through. What you're moving through. It's not actually true. It's just like what happened to Jesus. They could kill him, but they couldn't get rid of him. Do you see what I mean? If they hadn't killed him, we probably wouldn't be talking about him.
Yeah.
So that's a barrier. Once you know the kind of these apparent barriers you're moving through, that there are actually a lot of some of them are personal, some of them are archetypal, some of them are both. The one we're talking about is often both, but it's certainly an archetypal energy that basically says it's not okay to be that free. You see what I mean? And that's such something you allow in. And you start to, when you do, you realize you're free enough to let that in too. And you're free enough, as I said last night, you're free enough to give other people their freedom. If they want to disagree, if they want to, you see, crucify you. Fortunately, we don't get hung on crosses now. It usually is done verbally. But it's amazing when you give people the freedom inside you to do that, to be who they are. It's amazing what resonates. Does that make sense? It really is amazing what resonates.
I feel like freedom resonates. That potential of liberation for everybody.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I'll give you, this is a really simple example that I've used several times.